It's 10 o'clock in the morning in Argentina, and the question everyone has is, how much is the dollar today? Argentina is in the middle of an economic crisis, and it's the US dollar that's in the spotlight once again.
De defensa de su propia moneda.
Crises in Argentina are cyclical and things happen again. Argentines look at the dollar and people want to save themselves instead of the country in general. In the past year, recession is everywhere.
Even though the national money is the peso, it's the US currency what runs the economy. The main reason is inflation, because a raise in the value of the US dollar immediately translates to a raise in the price of almost everything.
In the early 20th century, Argentina was one of the richest countries in the world thanks to the export of beef, wheat, and other farm goods. But things changed in the 1930s because of the Great Depression in the United States and political instability. And since then, Argentina has defaulted on its sovereign debt several times, and inflation has almost always been in the double digit. This museum shows how the Argentine currency has depreciated over the years, and in a way it explains why Argentines prefer to save in US dollars.
The word crisis and devaluation appears repeatedly in the Coin Museum of Buenos Aires. Over the years, Argentina has not been able to solve its main problem. The economy needs dollars to grow, but the country spends more than it produces, so it needs to borrow abroad. That's what President Macri did since taking office in 2015.
Macri administration, when they took over, the expectation was to generate capital inflows and generate growth through investment. And what happened, you had a lot of portfolio inflows, but not as much investment. Macri was a bit too optimistic. It took too long to adjust the fiscal issues. He had to keep interest rates too high for too long, and people already now mistrust the value of the pesos.
And that's why people have been going to the banks to either buy dollars or get their money out.
The US dollar is not only used by the elite in Argentina, but by all sectors that run to buy dollars as soon as they have some cash. It's how people try to preserve their cash.
Calls to dollarize the economy are common in Argentina, but people like Mariana LUZZI say it will not work out well.
In 1991 and 2001, there was an attempt to tie the peso to the dollar. It was a convertibility at that time. It was not a dollarization. But the state did not have a monetary policy. It controlled inflation, but it devastated the economy too.
It ended in the massive crisis in 2001. The next few months will be difficult ones for Argentina, that is unable to amend an economic pattern that repeats itself over and over again. Teresa, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.